We've paired and bench tested the link sensors and the motor assembly, and we've paired and bench tested the control module using it with the app. Now let's get it mounted on the valve. This is the pin kit, and the standard package comes with the extra large and the large mounting kit. And refer to the table of different valve types to help you select which one of these to use, or perhaps an alternate mounting kit that we can provide. In this case, I know I like the, although this will work for a 1-inch threaded valve, I think the extra large works a little better, so that's what we're going to use. First, I like to get the pin kit loosely installed onto the motor assembly arm. So let's do that. Now let's get the bracket over the collar of the valve. And it should note that our system only mounts on the valve itself, so there's no stress on the plumbing pipe. Some other systems will mount on the plumbing pipe on one side or both, and when you turn the valve that way, when you're grabbing this side or that side or both, it puts stress on the connection, so that's not good plumbing practice. And mostly you mount it with the L facing towards the valve handle, but in some special cases, depending on the valve, you could mount it the other way. I would put this on snug, but enough so not so tight that you can't move it, a little bit with your hands. And it should be even on both sides, approximately the gap on both sides. All right, so that's snug enough so I can move it around. And what you want is you want it even this way, and you want it pushed against the shoulder, but not so much that the stop tab on the back of the valve handle will hit the bracket. So I'm going to push it there, and let's even it up there. All right, so that looks pretty even. Now I'm going to tighten both sides of these so it's good and snug. All right, so let's put the motor assembly over top of the into the mounting tab and over top of the handle. All right, so it's sitting in there, so I'm going to even it up so the pivot points are centered. So that's the pivot point of the motor assembly, and that's the pivot point of the valve. They should be right over top of each other. And this is a good time to check this alignment as well, and mine's pretty good. All right, so let's put the screw in. And the larger mounting bracket has 2 holes for a screw. You only need to use one of these holes, whichever one works best. And I'm going to use this one. So now let's put the push pin screws tight against the valve handle. All right, so I've got it mounted. So I'm testing it on a valve here, but you could just be testing it on the bench at this point. But I've paired it, and that was easy, and it's working fine. And I've done a good job of centering the pivot points. After each leak alert, the control module goes into alarm mode. So it's in alarm mode now, and it's shutting the valve. Even after, of course, the leak sensor is moved out of the leak, it continues to shut the valve, and it stays in alarm mode. So this chirps for a few seconds or so, maybe 20 or 30 seconds, and then it starts chirping less. the light is blinking, so there it stopped chirping. And the light is blinking all three colors, blue, red, and green. So that's in alarm mode now. And there's one of the less chirps. And the reason we have it chirp less or even stop chirping altogether, I think, after 5 minutes is because if you were away and you owned a condo or something, it would be driving the neighbors crazy if it just kept chirping every few seconds. So I think it stops altogether, which is kind of done here. But it's still in alarm mode, and you cannot open this valve unless you reset the alarm. So if I go ahead and hit the blue button, nothing happens. It just ignores it, and well, it's still chirping, but it just ignores it. So you have to reset the alarm by pressing the alarm reset button once. And now the alarm's reset. You can see it stopped blinking. And then you can open it with the blue button or the app. And you may have to push this button twice depending on the last condition, the blue button twice to open it. There's also a way to reset the alarm remotely in the app, but we don't recommend that because you really should be checking locally for leaks before you open the valve. But the secret is in the app, you click it 3 times quickly, and that kind of resets the alarm, and then you can open the valve from there. But we don't recommend that. All right, let us know if we missed anything, or if you have any questions. You can send an email to sales@EcoNetControls or support@EcoNetControls. And if you need more details, please check out our website, more details on the Bulldog or other EcoNet products. Please check out our website at econetshop.com.